What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you a very easy way to color correct drone footage, basically giving them a cinematic look to whatever you have. So we will go from this to this. Wow, pretty nice, right? So for this quick tip to work, we need some specific drone camera settings, which I will be linking in the description. This is very important because if your footage is too contrasty or too saturated or overexposed, it doesn't really work. So yeah, so what I want to do first is I have my footage here. I want to interpret the footage to be 25 frames per second, which is the European standard. So modify interpret footage, so I want to go to 25. So then I want to grab the clip into the timeline and start selecting the part that I want to actually use. So I want to start when the drone is going forward, so press C for the razor tool, cut the beginning, okay, and I want to go until the drone passes through the trees, which is going to give a nice reveal shots. Okay, pretty nice. I want to delete that. Okay, so now I want to add an adjustment layer. Click OK, put that on top of the timeline, go into the effect library, and you want to type lumetri colors. So now you go into the basic correction, and this is where the tip is. Usually you want to like tweak the settings, add contrast, push the blacks and stuff, but actually built in Premiere Pro there is a really nice LUT, which is the Alexa V3 blah 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 thing. You just want to select that, and what it does is adds up the contrast, the saturation, and pretty much all you need. So you don't have to do any of these because this exists. The only thing I want to do is into the creative part. I want to add a bit of a faded film look because usually the blacks are a bit too dark. So I want to crush this to give a bit more of a soft look. After that you can add any stylize that you want, tint effect and stuff, but usually when it comes to snow and mountain I don't want to touch that too much because it goes beyond natural, but feel free to do whatever you guys want. So that's pretty much it for the color correction. But now what I want to do is actually add some cinema crop lines. I will be giving you a link to download those. It's an actual Photoshop project. Just drag the crop lines on top of the footage. Those crop lines are made for 180p footage, so the only thing that you need to do is go into motion, scale it up to 200, and there you have it. So now we have a bit more room to play with because of the cinema crop line. So I can actually add up some camera movement without losing anything. So just click on the position and no, not this actually. So click on the footage, go to position, and you want to go where the bottom of the shot is, something like this, when we actually see the bottom of the trees, and then you go into the last frame, okay, and then you want to reveal the mountain because that's what we want to see, right? Okay, very nice. So now what we have is something like this. Pretty nice, huh? And that took me what, like 30 seconds to do? Good. Okay, the last thing I want to do actually is add a bit of a motion blur, because usually what you want to do is having a ND filter on the drone footage to have a nice shutter speed, which gives you the natural motion blur. But here I use the polarized filter to pump up a bit more colors in the blues and in greens. So I need to actually add up the motion blur in post-production, which I'm using a plugin called Real Smart Motion Blur. you just grab that into the adjustment layer, and you don't need to actually touch anything because it's already set up into the 0.5, which is the 180-degree rule shutter angle, so you actually don't need to do anything. And that's pretty much it. This is a bit computer intensive though, so I would suggest that you do that once you've done all your work, the editing work. So yeah, just add that at the end of the workflow, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to see the video that I've made with those footage, a nice little film around the frozen lake, it will be appearing here on the screen, somewhere like here. I will be releasing a next tutorial about creating your own color LUTs, because usually as a filmmaker or a cinematographer you don't want to spend more time doing color correction. So it's very easy, it's very quick, and it can speed up your work like crazy. So stay tuned, subscribe to have the next tutorial, and thank you for watching.